Today is such an exciting day because my friend Louisa Hansel and I are each sharing a full flip through of our Dephemerember journals. If you stumbled upon this video by chance and have no idea what Dephemerember is, please see the Dephemerember info page below with all the necessary information, links and playlists. This project, which is absolutely free by the way, has been a journey filled with creativity, connection, and so many wonderful moments. And if you are currently still working on the prompts, please don't feel stressed. You can enjoy Dephemerember during any time of the year. So let me take you on a journey through my Dephemerember journal. She is very chubby. Each page holds a special memory or creative experiment, and I've poured my heart into every single detail. Along the way, I've incorporated some of your amazing comments into the ephemera as well. And after completing this journal, Louisa and I came up with 10 reflective questions about ephemera we created. So I will answer those after the flip through, and we'd love to encourage our fellow YouTubers to make similar videos answering these questions. You can find them in the description box below. Just use the hashtag Dephemerember 2024 recap. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can answer these questions for yourself to reflect on your creative journey. So if you haven't followed along our Dephemerember journey, this is the journal that Louisa made for me, and I made one for her. You can see how she made the cover and also which printables we chose and the links for the printables and everything in our Dephemerember playlists, which are linked below. So you could just follow along the tutorials in case you haven't made your own journal yet, but would like to now that you have all the ephemera. I love this journal to bits. It has unexpectedly become such a gator mouth. Look at this. In a recent YouTube live, Louisa and I compared our finished journals, and mine is even bigger than hers, which is mind-boggling to me. If you want to catch up on that live, I will link that for you below as well. So let me go through this journal with you so that you can see what I've added. I have just added the prompt list to the front inside cover here with a strip of fabric, because I didn't want to cover the inside here, because I didn't want to cover what Louisa has written here on the inside. If you have not downloaded your prompt list, you can also find that on the info page in good quality for you to download and print. So all the printables you see here were already in the journal. Louisa had pre-decorated the journal already a lot. So if you want to see the original stage of the journal without anything that I have added, you can watch the unboxing of when I received this journal from Louisa, which is also in the playlist linked below. And we also have curated kits with our printables that we used for our journals on our Dephemerember info page in case you want to check those out. So I didn't do anything here on this page. As you may remember, Louisa has been so creative and I just love touching this first page. I wish you could touch it with me. Not only are the bees' wings glossy, so this is from one of my paper kits, but also the bodies of these bees are fuzzy, believe it or not. Just amazing. I did not add things to every single page because, as you can see, it would have become a catastrophe, I think. I unfortunately did not put the date for each prompt on each page. That would have made my life very easy, and they are not in chronological order because I, of course, wanted to choose the right page for each prompt. So this here was my prompt for December 23rd. Alter the book page and blackout poetry. This is a homage to Frida Kahlo. So also in the playlist, of course, you can see all the videos to all of these pages that we have created. Louisa has a playlist in German. She has another one in English. I have one in English for you. So if you want to see any of the things that you see in my journal where I used a prompt, you can find those in that playlist. And then I decided to add some ephemera that I had in my stash. Some of the pieces are from Happy Mail, like this one. And some of the pieces are just random pieces that I had collected and had hoarded for a long, long time. And I thought this was the perfect project to add them to. So this is a postcard by Egon Schiele, which I have added with some washi tape. And I added one of your comments. So thank you so, so much for all your wonderful feedback that you have given us under our videos. We really, really appreciate your thoughts on this year's Dephemerember so that we can make year 5 of Dephemerember this year. Oh my goodness, it's already this year. Even better. So this comment is from ML Perco 18. Barbara, I am new to your channel and Dephemerember. I just love when you make mistakes because I make so many. Yeah, join the club. You make me smile when you say, oh no, I've said much worse. Many moons ago, my family came from Austria and Germany. I still have distant cousins in Ilmitz who have a winery. I'm behind a few days, but followed your instructions to make my cover in spine jewelry today, and I'm now trying to figure out the altered playing cards. I've never done one. I'm looking forward to working on this book with you and Louise. Thanks for working so hard to put this together for us. I love how many of you gave Dephemerember a try for the first time this year. I know from your comments that many of you have watched Dephemerember in the past years, but this year was the year you decided to actually join and make your own ephemera, and that makes me so, so, so happy. Then I added this Happy Mail envelope. I made just a super simple collage here. And inside I added another random card that I found at my Goodwill. I had another comment here. This one is from Beverly McCall 7575. When you first posted the prompt list and I printed it out, I studied it. There were so many techniques that I did not know about, and that started me to do some research to learn about some of the concepts like the apothecary labels, woven flowers, etc. This is my first time doing Dephemerember and I will be doing it solo. She mentioned that because we had suggested that you would exchange journals and then work in those journals. But of course, many of you made your own journal for yourself, which is totally fine. However, as December is such a busy time for me, I will probably do it in January. I did create my own journal following the steps that you and Louise did. I wanted to thank you and Louise for the opportunity to grow creatively. Both of you make it a non-threatening experience. Thank you so much for this feedback. I love that you say that it's a non-threatening experience because that is our aim. We wanted to cater to all skill levels, whether you're a beginner or you're a seasoned journaler. We wanted to challenge all of you, and we didn't want to make it overwhelming for beginners, but we did want to keep it challenging enough for experienced crafters. So it's challenging to keep everybody happy, of course. So I really appreciate your comment on this. In this pocket we have a tag which was for December 4th, apothecary label and quirky cat or dog. I'm really happy with this tag. It's such a fun piece of ephemera. And on the back here, I have a comment from Beverly McCall again, 7575. I wondered how you were going to address this prompt. I like that you handle these prompts as two-part projects. For a beginner like me, this is much less stressful. The key to success I'm picking up from you is that the theme and color scheme is carried over in both parts. The finished products are adorable and a bit of whimsy. Cool. Thank you again, Beverly. Yeah, I really struggled this year at the beginning of Dephemerember combining the two parts of the prompts into one piece of ephemera. I don't know why. During Dephemerember, then I managed to make one piece of ephemera, but at the beginning that just seemed to be easier. So we kept saying, do the prompts as you want to do them. Just because we're doing it one way doesn't mean that that is the only way to do them. This card here was the ephemera I made for December 26th, collaged postcard and curiosity shop. So this is the front, and on the back here we have these flip outs. This here is supposed to be the postcard, and there was a story behind it. If you want to know more about the story, please see the video for this prompt. This page here has the ephemera made for the prompt for December 19th with a photo of Louisa and myself. And the prompt was paper bag handle and slow stitching. Love the meaning behind this one a lot. Just added a paper flower here that I had in my stash so that the page doesn't look so empty. This is probably my bulkiest piece of ephemera. You see that? That is just crazy. This was the piece for December 25th, double tag and mechanical garden. Again, there is a story behind this one. This here was from Louisa's scraps, and this is the mechanical garden. Lots of oh no's on this one. There's a comment in the back which is a bit hard to read, so I will leave that one out for now. Under this tuck spot, which Louisa had added, which says, oh no, I just added a random postcard I had in my stash. I have 3 comments on the back here, and these comments relate to the tag I made here. So one is from Rachel Patton, 8889. Good job, Barbara. It is a creative and fun project, bumps and all. I think they are insect gardeners doing a rain dance to keep their flowers growing. So what Rachel is referring to are these insects here that I stamped on the background, and there's also some rain here, and this didn't turn out like I wanted to at all. And I love that Rachel is saying that these insects are making a rain dance. That is so funny. And we have a comment here from Ivan4407 saying, I enjoyed your videos and have been looking for some ideas to do mine. Both you girls, you and Louisa, always look like you're having such a great time when you do your videos. Love the stories. Thank you very much, Ivan. That is because we are having the best time with experimenting during Dephemerember. I can't speak for Louisa, but for myself, I can say this December and Dephemerember is the month I definitely experiment the most. This is another piece of Happy Mail I received. I just added this butterfly down here. Inside, I have another random postcard and a comment by Brittany Still 4167 saying, I always love your creations, Barbara. You and Louisa are both so magical, I swear. Hilariously so. Personally, I think the black rain makes perfect sense, again referring to that tag, in a mechanical garden. It's oil. How else would you water metal flowers? I love that so much. You're so right, Brittany. It's oil raining down on the mechanical flowers. That is hilarious. This film strip here with the shaker elements was part of prompt for December 3rd, layered tag and retro film strip. So obviously this is the retro film strip. The other part is on another page. And in here, I have a postcard with another comment by Paper Plaza 93 saying, so crazy, but my mom had 5 sisters. So she's referring to the story that I had for these 3 girls. And by the way, there's a printable with these girls that I used. I will link that for you below in case you want to check those out. There are 2 pages with retro girls photos. So crazy, my mom had 5 sisters. They have all passed. I grew up with all of them in my life, like second moms. My aunt gave me a vintage photo of 3 of the sisters in a strip just before she passed. They are very young girls. Since my journal is dedicated to my late mom, I was hoping to find a way to incorporate this photo into my journal. Your idea is perfect. I felt like you were telling the story of my family through your story. Chills. Serendipity for sure. Dephemerember connections. Beautiful. Interestingly, there were quite a lot of connections that you had with this film strip. It's so interesting to see how we all are in a way connected. I really love that. I made this belly band And inside I just used wrapping of a Christmas present. And on the back I wrote another comment. This one is by Dale Constance 7772, saying, yes, please, another Dephemerember next year, any way that makes you and Louisa happy. As creative artists, you always find a way to make it fresh and inspiring. I have enjoyed every video I have watched and have learned so much from both of you. I'm so grateful because I know what a huge undertaking this has been. Thank you so, so much, Constance. I greatly appreciate your confidence that Louisa and I will create another fun Dephemerember next year for year 5. Then this was a tuck spot Louisa had already in here, and I just added a short comment by dear Robin from California. And this one again relates to the film strip here. Oh my goodness, you have my actual granddaughters, Evelyn and Margaret, pegged just right. What an odd coincidence, because those were 2 of the names I had given the girls. So I made up a story around these girls, and it's so interesting how many of you connected with that. This is a coin envelope that I added. It flips up, has another comment inside. As you can see, I, of course, paid attention so that the colors would match. This was another piece of happy mail I had received, and inside we have a comment from Kelly D Reflects. One of my favorite aspects of this Dephemerember was the camaraderie with you and Louisa. Many of you commented on that, and we are so happy about that, and we are so happy that we can share our friendship with you. And in the end, we're all Junk Journal sisters, and we all are a creative, happy family. So many fun moments, such as your voiceover for her project and hers for yours. Yeah, so one of the videos, in case you haven't seen them all, was where Louisa and I each made a voiceover for each other's video, not knowing what was happening in the video. It was a very fun experience for us as well to make these voiceovers. I also like the simplicity of this year. The extra things such as Effie or snacks can seem overwhelming for new or even experienced junk journalers, since December is a busy time of the year for many viewers. Dephemerember is more approachable when the prompts take center stage. I totally agree with you, Kelly. And for those of you who have not seen past Dephemerember years, in one year we had a little crafting companion named Effie, and in another year we had snacks. The topic of Effie is very controversial. Some of you loved him so much and would have loved to see him more in last year's Dephemerember, but also many of you were so happy, just like Kelly, that the prompts were the main focus and there was nothing distracting from that, which made it less overwhelming. So again, very valuable feedback. Then we have a pocket in here in which I have nothing. Look at that. Then I had a coin envelope, which I just added some distress spritz on the back and some clear embossing of the number 12. So 12/24, December 2024. And inside we have another comment. This one is by Yvonne Nendras 270. The end of Dephemerember is so sad every year. I agree. I love watching you work through your process, mistakes, and every oh no makes me laugh out loud. Every end result is beautiful, even when I'm thinking, oh Barbara, you've ruined it. But then you make something just so beautiful and I have to eat my words. There are no real suggestions I could give you for you to improve Dephemerember, as you and Louisa actually perfected and improved it yourselves after all these years. Aww. Well, one tiny suggestion, maybe play a slightly different section of your song every other video. The song that we had created this year for Dephemerember was also very controversial, as some of you absolutely loved it and couldn't stop singing it. And some of you were already sick of it by the middle of Dephemerember. So as always, you can't make everybody happy. Otherwise, please just keep doing what you're doing, as you are a rock star. Aw, thank you so much, Yvonne. That is so sweet of you. I also added this envelope here, which was also happy mail. I just added some spritz to it as well. And the the comment in here is from Robin Neville XM1LG. Thank you for another Dephemerember full of ideas and creativity. You and Louise inspired me to try different techniques, and I enjoyed you showing us your mistakes and how you turned them into successes. I enjoyed that you encourage us as an international junk journal community. Thank you for a fun month of crafting and the freebies. I look forward to what the two of you will come up with for Dephemerember 2025. Thank you so much, Robin. We also look forward to what we will come up with. We already have some ideas actually, but there is a long, long way to go. Let's first digest this Dephemerember. So I'm so happy that you used the chance to try different techniques as well. I really think it's the perfect time to try different things. So this is a tuck spot that Louisa had made, and inside here again I just added a card that I had received in Happy Mail such a long time ago, and this is the perfect place for it. I love the combination of the purple with the green. Totally not my colors, but I think they work so well together. Let's read one of the three that are here. Let's read the first one here from Debbie Towers, 6416. Oh, Barbara, this is so beautiful. Not only does the song reflect the amazing crafting community, but those first three little girls made my heart melt. So again, this relates to this film strip here. My grandmother was Clara, my mother was Margaret, and my new granddaughter, due on January 9th, so I guess she's already born, will be named Evelyn. So these are the three names I gave these girls. This is just incredible. Loving Dephemerember. So dear Debbie, I hope that little Evelyn and her mom are well and that you're enjoying your little granddaughter. I didn't do anything on this page. This is one of the belly bands that I made for December 5th, snippet roll and woven flowers. And inside here I stuck Louise's card that she made for me when she sent me her journal. This pocket also was in here already from Louisa, and inside here is the second part for the prompt layered tag and retro film strip. So this is obviously the layered tag, and I love, love, love this one. Again, I used the girls from that retro film strip, which is linked below. Again, there's a story behind this tag, which you can find out in that particular video. I added another comment here by Denise Brown 4933, saying, you often remind me of my grade school art teacher who told us that the true artist turns her biggest mistakes into her greatest masterpiece. Thank you so much, Denise. That is so, so kind of you to say. Then I added this pocket here and added another piece of ephemera. This is actually a scan of an ATC card that I made for, I think, Dephemerember 2022. If I'm not mistaken. On the back, I have a short comment from Tammy Wood 3937 saying, just love listening to you work out your problems with us. This is true crafting. We can all relate to that. Thank you so much, Tammy. Very, very kind of you. We have a little flip out here using the same girl printable. As you can see, I really enjoyed using that. And this flips out. I will show you in a moment. This one here is from prompt for December 30th, envelope flip and secret love letter. So this has a tie here and it flips out. So we have these girls. They all have a story. And in the middle, we have our envelope with the love letter to Louisa, which says, Louisa, will you craft with me forever? By the way, she said yes. Oh my goodness, she said yes. What more can I ask for in my life? I had many problems with this because I wanted to have a closure with a magnet. And I think it would have worked. Many of you pointed out in the comments under this video that apparently my magnet was turned around. I don't know why I didn't realize that, but yeah. So this is again from Louise. Didn't do anything here either. Oh, I just added this tag here, which is an older printable of mine. I think it's called large butterfly tags or just butterfly tags. So this here is the ephemera for the very first prompt for December 2nd, altered playing card and antique keys. Originally, I had this card just stuck here under the wing of this beautiful butterfly, but it kept coming out, so I decided to attach it with this ball chain, which is much better. So there's the key. And yeah, there was also an oh no moment with this one, but it all turned out just fine. This here is ephemera that Louise had already added. Just want to open this for you. So there's a little tuck spot in here, and I actually forgot to add a comment in here, so I will do that later. I didn't do anything on this page. Here I added a beautiful piece of ephemera, which Louise had sent me actually for last year's Dephemerember. I think it was for Dephemerember, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought that needed to be right there. I added another one of my ATC card scans from the previous Dephemerember, or I think 2022 actually. Here I just added a little collage of some printouts that I had left in my stash. On this one, I just added this butterfly. Here I made a tuck spot with some Happy Mail items. And again, I added one of the cards here and another comment. Time-wise, I don't think I'll be able to go through all the comments. So just trust me that they're in here, that I love having them in here, that I'm very, very appreciative of your comments. Here I just added some page decorations so that this page isn't so empty. And we have a flip out, which is actually a flip in because I glued it in wrong. So we have this interactive card here, so you can pull this up and it reveals another photo underneath. Love the mechanism of this one. And this one was the ephemera for, I think it was December 19th, flip out page and old photos. Add another one of my butterfly tags here, made a belly band here and added an image from an old children's book with another comment on the back here. Then I added this envelope here as a belly band, to which I added another postcard, more comments on the back here. Didn't add anything here yet. Here I made a tuck spot, into which I added half of a sleeve of an old record. Inside, again, I have a comment. Here's just a scrap negative of a die, and I just stamped something here with embossing powder. Another comment here on the back. This is a beautiful tuck spot that Louisa had made. Here I added another belly band with a beautiful dragonfly. I made a card with an old botanical book page. This bookmark, which I find super cute, was my make for the prompt for December 12th bookmark and black and white. I just love how the panda peeks out from the pages. This is another tuck spot that Louisa had created, and inside I added a piece of ephemera that I had gotten in Happy Mail. I think the colors go together really well. Again, comment on the back. This is a tuck spot that I made for December 16th, tuck spot and cheese. So this was packaging from a cheese, and these cute little mice here pull out, and they have quotes from a book which relate to cheese. This was quite challenging to make and very fun to have in my journal. In here I stuck a postcard which I had found in a shop years ago. I finally wanted to put it somewhere, so it goes in here again with another comment on the back. This piece here, many of you loved, and you loved the story behind this one. This was the make for December 24th photo frame and steampunk butterfly. Lots of fun. Didn't want to add anything on this page because I wanted this make to kind of be the star of this spread. Didn't want any distractions for that. Here I made a pocket from a book page which has a napkin decoupaged on it and just a word sticker. Again, I added a card for some comments on the back. This is a tuck spot that Louisa had created, and do you recognize this? This is a piece that Louisa had made in her video, Barbara's Rhabarbaba. So this is a song, a rap, you can say, by a German artist. I forgot the name again. It is absolutely hilarious. And Louisa wrote the beginning of the text back here. I am so honored, Louisa, to have this card in here. So Louisa made two of these, one for the German video, one for the English video. This is the one for the German video. And I'm so happy to have this in my journal. This here was the make for the video where Louisa and I had the voiceovers for each other's videos. And this was for December 18th, mini pocket letter and specimen. This was a lot of fun to do. Here we have another beautiful, beautiful tuck spot made by Louisa, and inside I have this very precious card. One of the very few times I'm sharing my hobby with you. This says, when your party guests include these two, you know it's a good time. Added a comment on the back, and this one was the second part of the one where I made the dog tag. This one here, I made two pieces for that, and that was the one for December 4th, apothecary label and quirky dog or cat. Didn't do anything here. On this one, I added another card for comments. Another one here as well. Then I added a glassine envelope here onto which I added some embossing and a little card here for the comment. This was a tuck spot Louisa had created. I actually still need to add a comment on this one. I just added this note paper for now. Another card that I had in my stash for a long time from Happy Mail. Another card from Happy Mail, which I cut out to make a tuck spot. I added this beautiful Christmassy card for your comments. This was another belly band with the woven flowers. Again, I added a paper in here for some comments. Another beautiful tuck spot made by Louisa. I added some of my eco-dyed paper for a comment here. And this glassine paper bag, I think this one might be from the Netherlands. Again, added some note paper for some comments. This one I love a lot. Louisa had made this here from a CD case. As you can see, this is cheese. And I didn't really know how to handle this because Louisa had closed this for some reason and I couldn't really put anything in here. So I decided to stamp the 49 for 49 dragonflies here and emboss it, and then added this beautiful dimensional dragonfly here. Then I added this tuck spot, which came in a package which I bought years ago, a journal from Dear Nadia from Art Allerlei on Instagram, and added a card in here for comments. This flip out card here is a very special one. This has little Effie here, and this was for December 9th, journaling card and beloved visitor, who of course was little Effie. This here was from Louisa. Again, I added one of my own steampunk tags on the back. Then I added this pocket here with a flower that I had in my stash, which I had made a long time ago. Again, added a card for comments. Then I glued these two pages together, made a pocket out of it, added another beautiful handmade card. comments. On the back here, I added another belly band and again a beautiful, beautiful card that I had received in Happy Mail. Love this so, so much. This was from Louise. This has a story behind it. If you want to learn more about this, please see the unboxing of this journal. This here is super special. It says, "Do you remember me?" This is unbelievably the original of the Snow Woman and Doily prompt from Dephemerember, I think last year, from which Louise had painted herself. So special. Almost done. So this is a jeans pocket I made. This was for December 10th, altered pocket and texture fragments. Really loved experimenting here with this one. And then I added this tag for comments. This here was in here. This is also a special page I did not want to cover. This is the Danube flowing between Ulm, where Louise lives, and Vienna, where I live. In theory, Louise could just hop in a boat here and take it down the Danube to visit me. So cute. Again, here I added a postcard I had and a handmade flower. This here is a very special page because it's an original page from Louise's construction journal that she made for her move from Austria to Germany. So, so precious to have a piece of that in my journal. This is again a tuck spot that Louise had created, and inside again I added another card for comments. Almost there. I added this paper bag, which I have had in my stash for years. Added again a postcard, which I made a tag out of for comments. Then I made a belly band with a fabric and another one of my paper flowers. Added this, which also was from Louise from Dephemerember 2023. Super special again to have that in here. And finally, didn't do anything here. And this tag was for the prompt for December 31 mixed media tag and urban graffiti. This one was a huge challenge. I had almost given up, and then I managed to make it work in the end, which makes me so happy. So as mentioned in the intro, after completing our journals, Louise and I came up with 10 reflective questions about the ephemera we created. So I'll go through them now. And again, if you have a YouTube channel, if you want to participate, please use the hashtag Dephemerember 2024 recap. I will also list that again in the description box for you, and you can answer the following questions. Number 1, which prompt felt the most personal to you and why? That's very easy for me to answer. That would be this one for December 4th, apothecary label and quirky cat or dog, because I don't think I've ever shared a photo of my hubby before. I like to keep him more private, but for this prompt, I decided to share him with you. So that is very, very personal for me, obviously. My hubby is Egyptian and he is in Egypt a lot. So obviously I miss him a lot. He's currently not here either. And I hope he will come beginning of February so that we can have some quality time together. It's definitely time for that. Question number 2. If you could redo one prompt, which one would it be and why? Yep, that's an easy one as well. So for me, that would be this one here. So again, that was for December 25th, double tag and mechanical garden. I do love this front part, and I love that I used some everyday metal pieces instead of using some manufactured steampunk elements. So I love the flowers here that I made from these parts. I think that is very unique, but I really do not like the background because these flowers are hardly visible. Right? So the background would have needed to be something much lighter. It is way too busy in the background here. So I would totally do this differently. Yet I would not change it now because this is what I came up with at the time. I learned from it and I definitely will keep it as it is in my journal. Question number 3, which prompt surprised you the most in how it turned out? That would definitely be the last one here. Again, this was December 31st, mixed media tag and urban graffiti. Because if you've seen this video, this really went completely wrong. I had a beautiful background to start with. Everything I added on top made it worse. And the hearts didn't turn out like I wanted to, and I just hated the whole thing. I was this close to just throwing it out and starting over, but I decided, no, we can fix this. And in the end, now I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I love that I can still see in the background here the previous layers that I didn't like, because as a background and seeing them just as faintly as this, it totally works and adds to the interest of the background. So I love how it came out. And I love that I persevered and didn't give up. Question 4, what's a technique or material you used during Dephemerember that you'd like to explore more in future projects? So for me, that would be mediums like I used on the wings here. I used a crackling texture paste, and there are so many different kinds of texture pastes that I'm not experienced with at all. This came out totally different than I had envisioned because I didn't know how the texture paste and the distress inks, which were on there before, would react with each other. This could have gone completely south. It is a total coincidence. It came out as beautifully as it did. So this is a medium I definitely need to experience more with to get more predictable results. Number 5, which prompt made you step out of your comfort zone the most? That would be these woven flowers on the belly band. I just love using fabric in my journals, but I have never made flowers like this before, and I tried a technique that I have never tried before. I am more or less happy with the result, but I had no idea how these would turn out, and that was a huge step out of my comfort zone. I'm very happy I tried it. I learned a lot while doing it. Question number 6, what's one thing you've learned about yourself through this process? I have learned to step more out of my comfort zone. I've learned to experiment more, which I want to continue in my other projects as well. And I have learned that for me to be happy with a page, I needed to have more depth. I needed to have a special meaning, which is why I gave some of these makes a story, whether that was a made-up story or some connection to my own life. But I feel like I want my journals and my pages to have more meaning than just being pretty. You know what I mean? Question number 7, if you could send one page from your journal to someone as a gift, which one would it be and why? I think it would be this one right here, not because I think it's my best work of art, but for the meaning behind it. This was a very, very special video for me. It touched me so much. I love the representation of our community and all of us crafting together and being one big happy junk journal family makes this one so special for me that I would love to gift this to each and every one of you to have one of these in your own journal. And having said that, there is nothing here that is copyrighted because these are my own envelopes from my own shop. Effie is our own creation, and these hearts and the writing is my own. So I'm going to make this into a freebie so that you can have this in your own journal if you wish. I will link that freebie for you below on my Ko-fi site. If you want to know how I created this or what the whole story is behind it, please see the video for December 9th, journaling card and beloved visitor. Number 8, which prompt would you recommend to someone new to junk journaling and why? So for me, that would be the prompt for December 17th, flip out page and old photos. I think this prompt is not overwhelming. So this is the one where I added this piece here. And I think it reminds us how special it is to look back on older events in our lives and how special it is actually to have your own photos in your own journals. And I also love the fact, and that goes for actually all of these prompts, that you can, of course, always decide on how intricate or how advanced you want to make something for the prompt. So you can make something very simple for it, or you could really challenge yourself if you're more advanced and come up with something that you've never tried before. Number 9, what's your favorite memory or moment from collaborating during Dephemerember? My favorite moment is the exchange of the journal with Louisa. And I know many of you have done the same. And you've experienced the joy that it is to make a journal for someone else and to receive a journal that someone else has made especially for you, and then having the pleasure of working in it. It is such a different experience than working in a journal you've made yourself. That was definitely the highlight this year, as well as I think it was 2 years ago when we did that for the first time. And last but not least, question number 10. If you could describe your journal in 3 words, what would they be? So for me, those words would be heartfelt, adventurous, and connected. Because each page holds a piece of my heart. It's definitely been a creative adventure from start to finish. And through it all, I felt so deeply connected to our incredible junk journal community. This journal is truly a reflection of everything I love about what we do. And now for the moment many of you have been waiting for, our giveaway drawing. So Louisa and I are so excited to share 2 special scrap packs with you. Each pack contains 25 scraps from Louisa and 25 scraps from myself. So these are little treasures from our craft room to yours, and we can't wait to send them to 2 lucky winners. So let's go to our random comment picker and share the winners. So to enter the giveaway, you had to leave a comment below my Dephemerember video for December 31st, which was the last one in the series, with constructive feedback about Dephemerember 2024. And your feedback was super insightful and helps Louisa and myself make Dephemerember 2025 the best experience possible for all of us. So thank you so much to everyone who has taken the time to give us feedback. So we have the random comment picker here, and we're going to paste the link of my video into the comment picker. And then it gets all the comments. So we have 531 comments, and it's going to pick a winner now. So we have the first comment. This is a German one. It's by dear Ursula. I'll first read it in German and then translate into English. Schade, dass Dephemerember wieder vorbei ist. Ich habe auch dieses Jahr so viele Inspirationen bekommen. Ich finde es sehr gut, dass ihr Pausen gemacht habt. Das würde ich beibehalten. Ich wünsche dir und deinen Lieben ein gesundes und erfolgreiches neues Jahr. Liebe Grüße, Ursula. Vielen Dank, liebe Ursula. So Ursula says, too bad that Dephemerember is over. I have again received lots of inspiration this year. I think it's very good that you made breaks this year. So she means that we had 4 days of prompts and 3 days of break per week. I would keep that. I wish you and your loved ones a healthy and successful new year. Kind regards, Ursula. So thank you so much, Ursula. You are the first winner of the first scrap pack. Whoop whoop. So let's pick a second winner. So this one is from Carol Stewart 8507. That's a long comment. This year has been fabulously amazing. I can't wait to see what's coming next. Watching you and Louisa grow and laugh, there has been some oh no moments as well as what has she done now moments. But they always turn out so very cool. Both of you had made me laugh and be so happy for you that you enjoyed yourself and that it's worked out in the end. There is no punctuation here. What I did notice this year, they were not a lot of oh no moments. I beg to differ. I think there were a lot of oh no moments, but much more oh yes moments, as well as wow moments. I just know you and Louisa will be Junk Journal Sisters Forever friends, and I will be right behind you all the way watching. Oh, that is so sweet. We are all Junk Journal Sisters here. Hopefully, this is the year I get to buy a printer and be able to buy you and Louisa's Effie's digitals. I need him in my house. So glad I'm in this community, although I have no YouTube channel and I can't get any digitals. I watch you both religiously, so Mrs. What's next? Oh, I can't wait. Exciting times. All the best for 2025 and in the future. May we all be blessed with the ability to move around the page in fluidity with our hands and brushes and paint all our colors. So cute. Thank you so much, Carol. You are the winner of scrap pack number 2. Congratulations. Whoop whoop. So Ursula and Carol, please send me an email to 49dragonflies@gmail.com to get your prizes. Thank you again to everyone who has joined Dephemerember and who has left comments for any of the videos. Louisa and I appreciate you more than you will ever know. We love you guys so much. Let's keep this amazing community going. Love you guys. Mwah! Mwah!